Grief. All of us experience it at one point or another, if you have the privilege to stick around long enough to lose someone you love.
It doesn't matter if it's furry or if it's a human being, it's still a grief. And we still need permission to be able to experience it. Earlier in our life, especially as small children, we might have had some sort of a death or a loss of some sort that we didn't have permission to grieve. So when there is a death or a loss that occurs, it can be a button push to recognize griefs we've never had an opportunity to recognize before.
Today, Thursday, ChrisTina Maestas Simek is petitioning the county for a traditional community conditional use permit for land she stewards in Cañada de los Alamos, though she was facing some pushback from neighbors who are concerned about how this potential event space could affect the area.
This is not a place where I'm going to have booming celebrations. I don't do a lot of weddings. I just do these weddings where people have really interesting ways that they've found one another. Some of them have been through multiple relationships and are older.
ChrisTina has a different approach to the traditional ceremonies we encounter through our life. As a certified death doula and professional life cycle celebrant, she's come to realize how these different rites of passage unearth deep connections and unhealed wounds.
The mission of a life cycle celebrant is to create intimate ceremony and ritual that is deeply meaningful to the person in their community. I was given the privilege of spending the time with relative to death and dying in those families. What ended up happening is they ended up being smaller, intimate weddings where we spend time looking back at their lives and how was it that they came to experience the miracle of finding one another out of all the thousands of people in the world. And what I was recognizing is that in these weddings, that a lot of times the couple, as much as they love one another, in the back of their minds, they were also feeling great grief at whomever wasn't there with them.
ChrisTina's approach to grief, death, and celebrations of life is meant to stand in contrast to the traditions we tend towards in Western society.
What our normal process is, for example, death, we are granted an afternoon, perhaps in a funeral home. Then we have a brief gathering. We are given in work maybe 3 days, and then we're expected to move on. But that's not how grief works. If you can't experience your grief fully, you also on some level are protected from your joy.
If you would like to support ChrisTina during the hearing, in a sign of quiet solidarity, the petition will be addressed today at the Santa Fe County Planning Commission public meeting here at 102 Grant Avenue on the second floor at 4 p.m.